Hey guys, it's Matt or Trispezza, and if you guys didn't already know, Battlefield 1's website actually put out 4 different maps that are going to be within the base game. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating a series and describing each one and which battle they are related to in Battlefield 1 so you guys can get a general sense of what the battlefield will be like. Here's a screenshot of all the maps that they've already released. There's Amiens, St. Quentin Scar, which some people have already played, Monte Grappa, and Empire's Edge. Today we're going to be focusing on Amiens, which will be the first episode out of 4. Here's a picture of what they've already provided us of the Amiens map, but we're going to be going deeper into the battlefield. The Battle of Amiens, which began on August 8, 1918 and concluded 4 days later, was the beginning of the 100 Days Offensive, which is one of the opening offensives of the Allied forces, which ultimately led to the ending of World War I. American, British, and French forces drove back the Germans 11 kilometers, which was later described as one of the most successful advances in the war. Battling through the northern French city of Amiens, German forces were either being pushed back or they were surrendering. This battle had one of the highest number of surrendering German troops in the war, and that after the war, Erich Ludendorff, a German commander, described the first day of the battle as the Black Day of the German Army. The Battle of Amiens was one of the first major battles that included armored vehicles, and it also marked the end of trench warfare in the Western Front. Okay, so there's no doubt that this was a major war in World War I, and a major victory for the Allied forces. One of the key things that stood out for me was the fact that armored vehicles were mentioned. This picture can explain that. The armored train. Being historically accurate, the only train that ran through Amiens during the time was an ammunition train, which actually had been blown into pieces by an abundance of tanks, but what fun would the developers have if they actually stayed completely accurate? There were several different types of armored trains in World War I, though. They had Russian trains, Austro-Hungarian trains, and the British Royal Navy of the British. The Russians had a light armored train which had 76.2 millimeter machine guns mounted, and a heavy armored train which had either a 4.2 inch or 6 inch guns mounted. The Hungarians had a prototype train to fight against Italy but didn't get very far in the making. And then the British Royal Navy had an armored train with 4 QF 6-inch naval guns and 1 QF 4-inch naval gun, which I think that'll be the one that they're going to be using in this war, or this Battle of Amiens, because the Britons were the only people out of the people who had trains that were actually in the war, or the Battle of Amiens. Because it was the British Empire, which was like Australia, Canada, and Britain, and then France and the United States against Germany. So no Russians were there, and no Austro-Hungarians. That's why I believe it'll be the British one in multiplayer. This all sounds pretty cool too, because like as you can see in the picture right now, they have camo on it. So unless it's like the train from Golmud Railway in Battlefield 4, I truly believe that once you get in the conductor seat, like you're the main person driving the train, I believe that you will be able to put your own camo on it and your own different styled guns on it to make it personalized, which will be pretty cool in multiplayer. Another thing that I found pretty interesting about the Battle of Amiens was it began at 4:20 a.m. on August 8th, 1918, in a dense fog. And we already know that Battlefield 1 is going to be clustered with dynamic events and climate change, and fog being one of the major players in that. So there's definitely going to be fog on this map, whether it's at the beginning or the end, we don't know that yet, but this is going to be definitely a key factor in the gameplay on the map Amiens. Also, armored cars and tanks were major players in the Battle of Amiens, so you best believe that they're going to be in multiplayer. So expect them to be spawning somewhere on the map. We don't know yet, of course, because we've never played the map, but expect those. And hopefully there's going to be planes in there too. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys found that shit interesting, and expect the next 3 maps to be coming out soon. I'll be putting in really depth information about those maps: St. Quentin Star, Monte Grappa, and Empire's Edge. I did a lot of research on Empire's Edge because we don't know exactly what battle it is, but I think I've come to a conclusion, so expect that video to come out soon. Make sure to hit that like button, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.